Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ride 2 here on this channel. I'm KPG-gooner here. Now in today's episode guys we're checking out the KTM RC8R Track 2014. Now we tested out just the normal road version in the last episode, but someone requested this one and asked for a setup, but I'm not sure whether I can do that because I do believe you can't adjust the settings on this bike. But we'll have a look. Let's get straight into having a look at the stats of this bike, and we're going to do a endurance race in today's episode, so let's get straight into it. Right guys, looking at the stats of this R2 category KTM, it isn't really that high stats wise. I mean 9.3 acceleration, 8.8 braking power, 9.2 top speed and handling only 9.4. But we're going to give it a chance. We're doing an endurance race which is 8 laps around a very challenging circuit. So we're going to put it to the test, see if it competes with some of the better R2 category bikes. You never know, it could be a good one. So let's get straight into the race guys, so here we go. Right guys, we're going to just have a look at the bike settings, and like I said, I do believe you cannot change the setup on the suspension. So the only thing we can adjust is the spring stiffness, so everything else is locked. So we're going to just crack that down to them to 2, that should be okay. Gears, we're just going to crack it down 1 because you're not going to get up to your top speed around this circuit. Now handlebars I've raised on both to 4, and let's just have a look who we're up against. Oh, there's quite a few other KTMs in this race, which is also good. This is going to be very challenging. We're going to turn all the assist off and traction control, and we're going to hopefully get a win. So let's get straight into the race. Right, so we've got 8 laps in this endurance race around this very challenging Spanish circuit. This isn't going to be easy, but we're going to try our best. Hopefully this bike handles okay. I think we're going to suffer on the braking power on this one because there is some very challenging corners on this circuit, but we will see. And let's just wait until the auto drive turns off and hopefully we can get a good start. So there we go, let's go. Let's see what it's like into that first turn. Try and get a nice position. Oh God, really lost it in that corner, so we've dropped a place already. Right, and we lost another place there. Let's just keep it steady. We've got 8 laps, there's no point going too mad. We'll just use this first lap just to get the hang of the bike, see what it's like, and just turn it in, try and keep with this other KTM. He's pushing me out wide there. Let's just hold it into that turn, let him go. There's no point trying to fight with him. Oh God, got to be careful tapping on the power. I've got to remember I've lowered the gear ratio so we can have a little bit more acceleration. We've managed to just mug that guy in that corner, and we're up to P7. Let's see if we can take a few places in this first lap if we can. Let's just try and hold it here, trying to go on the outside, and we just got to choose our times to pass, and another good pass there, and we dived up the inside. We took the advantage there and we're up to P6, so that's a good start on this first lap. Right, this is very difficult here, you've got to slow it down. Let's just try and be nice and tidy through there, just try and hold the speed. Now the most challenging corner on this circuit is this one down the bottom of this straight. It is so hard, and you've got to be so careful when you've got other bikes behind you, so you've got to keep an eye on where they are, because when you slow down into this turn they just crack straight into it. It's happened to me so many times. Right, let's start slowing down. Let's try and get a nice turn into this corner. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Not the quickest, but let's just keep it nice and smooth. Starting to get used to the KTM now, so hopefully we can start pushing it into this second lap. So we finish the first lap and we're in P6. Let's see if we can gain a few more places. Now like I said, we've got 7 more laps, so there's plenty of time to try and push for that win. And I do believe, looking in front, it's the 2 KTM RC8R tracks in front, so it looks like this is going to be quite a battle. Right, let's just try and take that place there. We've managed just to hold the speed. Yes, we do. So we're up to P5. Another great pass there. Let's just try and keep it nice and smooth. I'm trying not to make any major errors. I mean, on this circuit, I do make a few because it is very challenging. And let's just try and hold it. Another RC8 in front of us. Let's just try and keep behind him. Oh God, we just touched wheels there, but I just managed to hold on to it, and I've managed to control that. You get those little moments there, and he's just taking the position back. Let's just try and hold our position. Let's try keep it nice and steady. There's no, like I said, there's no point trying to rush this. We've got plenty of time. Right, slow it down into this section. Can we get past him? No, he's managed to get back in front, and we are struggling slightly here. Let's just try and hold it. We're still only sitting in 5th position, but there's plenty of laps to go, so let's just try and open the throttle again and try and get in his slipstream. Can we get past him here, or is it worth just holding back and see if we can just try and see how early he brakes? Right, slow it down. I think he's going to take the inside line. Yes, he is. Oh God, almost went into him there. Just let him take the position. There is no point fighting over that corner. And oh God, again, just got to be careful when I tap on the power. And we go into the third lap. So we've only gained one position in that lap, and we've dropped a bit of time. So we're not nowhere near running the sort of speed we run on this circuit. I mean, I can't remember the sort of lap times I've done around this circuit, but I think they're under the 1:30 mark, so we're definitely not running very, very quick. But sometimes in these sort of races, you just got to get a nice balance and try and be consistent, and that will hopefully get us the victory. Right, we speeded up through that last split point. We've got a CBR sitting behind us, and we want to get away from that because that's quite a good bike, and we don't want to get mugged in any corners. And we've managed to go around the outside of that RC8. Can we hold on to it? And we've managed to do it. Yes, so we've managed to take that position, and again we've taken one more position in this race, so we're up to P4, and I think we've got a Suzuki in front of us and the two RC8R tracks, so we've got to try and get amongst them three. And let's just try and hold it through here. Oh God, oh, that Suzuki looks like he's all over the place, and he went really wide there, so he's really struggling in those tight turns. But the RC8s in front are getting nice and tight and showing that they are one of the best bikes. Oh God, almost lost it there, tapping on the power. You've got to be so careful on this one. Look, I think because you can't adjust the suspension, it doesn't like you going on the power too early out the turn, so you've got to just try and gradually open the throttle. Right, let's just try and get a nice tight turn in there, and again struggled, and I lost that position, and again almost struggled in that corner, having a bit of a mare there. Really struggled in both those corners, and we really are struggling for pace. So we're only on the full flap, and we're starting to lose from the leading pack. They're starting to pull away. We need to start getting a little bit more consistent here, and let's get back past this RC8. Let's try and get him in this corner. Yes, we're back into fourth place. We've got to improve our times as well. We need to speed up at least a couple of seconds a lap, I think, because this has been really slow pace so far, and that's why the other bikes are starting to pull away. Right, let's just try and hold the speed through here. That's a little bit better, but that Suzuki in front of us is definitely struggling in the slow turns. It's all over the place, especially when it changes direction, so we've got to take advantage of that. Let's just try and hold back here and see if we can just line up a nice little pass, and let's just dive up the inside. Can we hit? No, let's just hold back. There's no point, otherwise we're only going to crash into him through this section. Right, just hold it through there, nice and tight, and the RC8 in front is starting to gap the two behind him, so we need to start getting past these two, and we again just tapping that power on a little bit too early, but we are starting to pull away from the bikes behind us, so we should be okay into this turn here. So let's just try and hold a decent line and slow it down, get nice and tight, and slowly open the throttle. That's a little bit smoother. Let's try not to make the same mistake we did on the last lap. And again, it doesn't like it out the slow turns, but that was a decent, a little bit better. Still nowhere near as quick as we can do, and again just struggling. Now, one of the things I am noticing on this KTM is its braking power is very, very weak. It's nowhere near as good as like the Bermotor, the BMW and the Aprilia. They are so strong in the slow turns because you can go into there a little bit quicker and stop it. This one you can't. You have to start slowing it down a little bit sooner than them bikes, and that's where it's going to struggle. And I don't think it has the top end speed, but the acceleration seems pretty decent, and we've managed to get past. Oh, we managed to get two of them. Oh, that was an excellent. I thought I'd go and get the Suzuki, but managed to line up the other KTM as well. So there you go, we managed to get up to second place, and we needed to do that, I think, on this fifth lap. Right, let's just try and hold the speed through there. Let's try and get behind him. He's going to start looking, and we are a lot quicker, so almost a second and a half quicker on this lap, and we needed to up the pace, so that was a good move. Right, Oh god, it's a Spanish rider, so it's a Spanish rider on the KTM around a Spanish circuit, so he's going to be really good round here probably. So let's just try and hold back. There's no point trying to get past him in this turn, as we always struggle in this corner, especially on this bike. Right, let's just try and slow it down a little bit earlier, keeping up the pace. We are a little bit quicker on this lap. Right, that was a little bit smoother. Start opening the throttle, and again be nice and clean on that section. Yes, we opened the throttle a little bit better there, and we got a little bit better, still over a couple of seconds of the sort of times I know I can do around here, like on some of the fast bikes in this category, but we're keeping it nice and steady, within a chance of winning the race as well. We just need to close the gap between us and the other KTM. Let's try and get past him in this lap, and hopefully we can just control the race in the remaining laps. So let's just try and get a nice decent line through there, holding the speed. That was a little bit smoother, and again we've gained a little bit more time. I'm not going really mad, there's no need, we've got plenty of time, and we just got to try and pick our moment. Can we get past him here? Let's try and hold the speed through there. Yes, we managed to get him in that corner. Right, just hold it. Is he going to come back up the inside? Let's just try. Nope, he's not. We managed to turn into that corner nicely, and again, and we're into the lead. But are we going to be able to hold it into that slow turn? And we've actually dropped pace a little bit, so we've got to start getting back on that. Right, so nice and tidy through there. Keep it nice and smooth. Let's try and keep it nice and tight onto the apex. Again, slowly open the throttle, because we always get that little bit of a wiggle out the back of the bike when I tap the power on a little bit too early, and we've managed to pull away slightly, so that's awesome. And it was probably about the right time to do it, so we can settle into a rhythm. Maybe we can go a little bit quicker on this last couple of laps. Right, get a nice tight turn, keep it nice and smooth. Went a little bit wider there, but I'll take that. Right, again, last corner, and we're going into the 7th lap. Can we hold on to this? We've still got the other KTM behind us, and let's just try and up the pace. Now we are controlling the race from the front, and see if we can bring home a victory. And also, guys, I just wanted to say, if you want to see any more setups on Ride 2 on any bike, just let me know in the comments below, and I will try my best to do one. And let me know what circuit as well. Right, let's just try and hold it nice and tight onto the apex there. Keep it nice and tight again. We're not running that quick on this lap, but we're in the lead, and that's the main thing. Let's try and be nice and clever in that corner. Again, nice and tidy. Right. Let's keep a nice smooth line. And also, guys, I'm probably going to do another Ride 2 live stream, not this weekend coming, but probably the following weekend. So if you want to join in on that, let me know in the comments below. We had quite a few people join last time, and it was really good, so let me know. Right, let's keep a nice tight line through here, nice and smooth. Let's finish off this 7th lap, and then we've got one more lap to go, and hopefully we can finish it and have a really good finish to this race. Right, let's get a nice speed along this straight, and that extra acceleration that I gave it by dropping the gear ratio has given me a little bit of a buffer really out of the turns. Once I've got the power down, I've managed to accelerate away a little bit quicker, and that has helped. And this bike, I have noticed, doesn't wheelie up as much as some of the R2 category bikes. I mean, I haven't got any anti-wheelie on, and it's been quite controlled, so it's not really a handful as some of the others. I mean, I remember when I tried out the Bermotor R2 category bike, the front wheel was going up all the time, but that one is definitely a much more powerful bike, and does corner very well as well. It is one of my favourites. Right, let's just try and hold it into this turn. That's nicely done, and again, we're not running as quick as we could really go at this, but it's probably not worth it. We've got a decent lead, and I don't want to crash out on the last lap, because an endurance race is a very long race, and I don't want to have to restart and do it all over again. So let's just try and keep it nice and smooth. Again, just keeping it nice and steady, not over braking, and accelerate out of that turn. We've got a decent lead, which is good. That should set us up nicely to the last couple of corners, and again, nice and smooth through there. Now that's a difficult section through there. I see people struggle through there, especially online. Just got to keep it nice and smooth and accelerate. Yes, so we are really pulled away, which is awesome, so we shouldn't have any problems. And I've actually don't mind this KTM, it does corner very well. Let's get to the last corner, so here we go. managed to get the win on the KTM, and this bike isn't too bad. The braking power lets it down, but it does corner very well. So on the shorter circuits, it might be a good one to choose, but on the longer circuits, it's definitely not going to compete with the likes of the Aprilia and the BMW or the Bermotor. But still, it was a good race. Thank you so much for watching. Please give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you very soon. And also, guys, don't forget about if there's any setups you want to see, or whether you want to join me on the live stream next weekend. Thank you so much, guys, and bye-bye.